Knapel paid the bill. The next day, he took his Honda to another mechanic who inspected the work and the parts Gill claimed to have replaced.
The mechanic confirmed, and I have that report, that work that this mobile mechanic claimed to have done was not done.
The second mechanic's report says some parts Gill invoiced for were not replaced, and he knows because the old parts had cobwebs on them.
A mechanic scammed his customers out of thousands of dollars using a simple script about chewed wires, sparking legal battles and shattering the trust. Now, I'm going to try to break down these traps you can look out for and help spread the word about these scams. Bad players make us all look bad, and this bad apple just need to be discarded and thrown away into the garbage. Let's take a look at this.
Told me these wires had gone changed. This is the ECM computer that he changed.
When Yadwinder Singh's work truck wouldn't start one morning, he called a business he found online called the Mobile Mechanic. A man named Dildar Gill showed up and diagnosed an electrical issue due to rodent damage. Singh says Gill initially quoted him $2,700, but then gave him an invoice for nearly $4,000. According to Singh, the mechanic told him to make a claim with ICBC to be reimbursed for the rodent damage, but still hasn't given him the evidence ICBC requires.
Why he's not sending me the pictures of the work which I can easily send to the ICBC and get my money reimbursed for the rodent damage?
Without a second opinion, Singh is not sure if any of the work quoted on the invoice was actually done. Kevin Schnapel has a similar story. He called the Mobile Mechanic on Thanksgiving Monday. Gill showed up and diagnosed an issue with the starter. He also said there was rodent damage, which ICBC would cover, and a problem with the electronic control module. It's the same thing he told Singh. Schnapel's invoice was for more than $4,800.
I was shocked at that time, but he kept the keys of my car and he said, we're going to have to do an e-transfer and we're going to wait till it's confirmed until I can give you the keys back.
Feeling compelled.
Yeah, let me pause right there. The video is about just under 3 minutes, but right now we're talking about a scam it's leaving a trail of victims, empty bank accounts, and completely broken the trust in the sector. So his scam is to use a common fear, rodents chewing up your car, and this is being used as his personal cash machine. And this isn't just one crooked mechanic, it's a calculated strategy that it preys on your fear and your lack of knowledge. Now, we're going to break down the 3 tactics he's using so you can spot them about a mile away. They mentioned ICBC, which is the Insurance Corporation of British Columbia. It's over there in Vancouver, and they handle insurance claims for drivers all across that province. Number 1, fear-based diagnosis. His script is bold, and it's always about rodent damage or a complex electronic control module issue. And these are perfect scare tactics. Rodent damage sounds disgusting and urgent, while electronic problems sound hopelessly complicated and expensive. The goal is to make you panic and agree to a huge price tag without even thinking. His next tactic is to use misleading evidence, and this is the heart of his scam. When his victims, when they ask for proof like photos of the chewed wires or the old parts, he would refuse and make excuses. It all depends on the circumstance, but always get a second opinion or even a third opinion before you go out and fork out your hard-earned money. In this case, the second opinion proves why the new parts were never installed. And this guy wasn't just overcharging for work. He was charging for work he never did. Let's continue.
Knapel paid the bill. The next day, he took his Honda to another mechanic who inspected the work and the parts Gill claimed to have replaced.
The mechanic confirmed, and I have that report, that work that this mobile mechanic claimed to have done was not done.
The second mechanic's report says some parts Gill invoiced for were not replaced, and he knows because the old parts had cobwebs on them. Schnapel says the mobile mechanic has not provided him the evidence of rodent damage he needs to make an ICBC claim. In all, CTV News has been in touch with 9 people who have similar stories. Nobody answered the door at Gill's home. We've identified 10 phone numbers associated with this mobile mechanic, and we're just going to try to see if we can reach him on one of those. Is this Dildar? Have you been telling people that they can be reimbursed by ICBC?
Yeah, no, not interested.
You're not interested in what? In 2023, Gill lost at the Civil Resolution Tribunal and was ordered to pay a man about $725 over a vehicle dispute. Later that year, in small claims court, a judge ordered him to pay a woman $35,000 after he sold her a Jeep without disclosing it needed an engine replacement. Many of the people who came forward for this story are planning additional legal action against Gill. Ben Milcher, CTV News, Vancouver.
So after the completion of this video, it leads me to his third tactics, which is vague and inflated invoices. The price mysteriously jumps from the verbal quote to the final bill, and the charges are all bundled together with no clear breakdown of the part versus the labor. And to cap it off, he used a pressure tactics by holding the keys until the victim paid the massively inflated price. Now, it's a move designed to make you feel trapped and powerless. So always get a second opinion, especially for a major repair. If a mechanic hits you with a complex, expensive story and lays under pressure, just pause, tell them you're getting another quote, and a real mechanic will get it. A scammer will get defensive. To counter the missing evidence, always demand to see the old parts. Make this clear before any work is to begin. Better yet, tell them you want a photo or a video of the evidence or the damage before they even touch your car. And if they refuse, that's a giant red flag. Just walk away. Now, finally, to counter the inflated invoice, always get a detailed written estimate before you hand over your keys. A verbal quote means nothing. The estimate needs to be itemized and the cost of the parts and labor line by line. And if a mechanic ever tries to hold your keys hostage for a price you didn't agree to, do not back down. So the best defense you have against a predator is the knowledge. And this isn't just about saving a few bucks on a repair bill. It's about refusing to be a victim. It's about protecting your money, your family, and your peace of mind. Now, let's be real. The auto industry has a trust problem, and stories like this are exactly why. You work way too hard for your money for someone to have the right to take it away from you with lies and manipulation. So if you ever felt like a mechanic took advantage of you, drop a story in the comments. And if you found this valuable, hit that subscribe button and share it with someone you know. You might just save them thousands of dollars and the world of stress. You have to stay smart and don't get played. Mobile mechanics are very essential. I find them very useful. A lot of them are very reliable. And if you're ever in a jam like I was a couple weeks ago, I went online right there on my phone. I found one, and within 20 minutes, they were there to assist me right there in a parking lot. So shout out to the hardworking mechanics out there. Remember to grab a copy of my ebook, The Parts Manager Guide, and I will catch you in the next episode.